Well, good evening, everyone. I was about to just take some Benadryl and an ibuprofen and call it a night, but we got some new information, and I think you're going to want to know what it is. I even have base stat totals for you because I'm committed to you, my valued community members. We are going to be going over the data mine, everything it's got so far. It is still being updated, but we do have all the character or unit information that we need, with a couple surprises. Good and bad. So obviously, if you don't want spoilers, this is your obligatory spoiler warning. We will be covering Cecilia as well, as she was also in the data mine. And let me double check to make sure we aren't missing anything else. I was kind of hoping we'd have information on whether or not we'd have tickets in the Tempest trial, but I don't see anything for that. Alright, so we're pretty much just covering units, and you know, we got some other information as well. So, spoiler warning over in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Alright, so we got our skills up, and then of course we get rid of that. So let's go ahead and start with Fae. Alright, so Fae Fae, you may remember, is the glittering breath, and during combat boosts units defense res by a number of allies within 2 spaces times 2, maximum +6 to each stat. And then she's also got defense res bond. She comes with armor march and vengeful fighter. So basically, I think the math boiled down to she could get a +11 boost to both defense and res. Now, let me tell you why that's a problem. So Fae has the stats of HP of 45, attack of 35, speed of 26, defense of 33, and res of 41. That's a lot, and if you do some quick maths, that is 180 base stat total. Yes, she is 180. She now rivals Legendary Tiki, but can actually beat Legendary Tiki because she is a green armored dragon. So I'm assuming with the buffs and everything plus 11, you could add 22 to that pretty easily, I think, and then just completely cap the 200 base stat. Neutral, of course, that's neutral. I don't know what the Banes and Boons are yet, but it's not great. I think everybody's fears kind of came true, and now we have the OP Holiday Deer Fae. So for what that's worth, if you notice, it's deer, not like deer like the reindeer, but like deer as in a cherished one. So that's fun. I don't know if that was intended, but okay. Anyway, yeah, 180 base stat. The res is 41. You could tack, 11 onto that, and then defense also 33. You could tack 11 onto that. She's gonna be very tough to take down, and I feel like there's just a collective groan from everybody on that. Listen, I don't know, man. I feel like this is just too much. It's too much. But either way, Fae looks like a really strong unit. I think we all kind of thought that. At least she's not super fast, right? I mean, 26 is still semi, like, upper mid-range for an armored unit, but the stats are bonkers, man. Stats are bonkers. So once you add in her weapon too, she's going to be sitting at 49 attack, which isn't terrible. It's not overpowered by any means. For anything under 50 for a unit is pretty standard, I think. So that's good. That's nice. She's not super offensive, but she's gonna have a lot of bulk. She's gonna have a lot of bulk. So best of luck fighting that off in the arena. Moving on, we are going to be looking at my boy Ephraim. So Ephraim is not quite there, but he's close, right? So he had the Festive Sigmund, which accelerated special trigger. and if the unit's not adjacent to an ally, it grants +4 buffs in every stat except HP. And then he's also got that attack defense solo to kind of coincide with that, to give attack defense buff of +6. And then we've got Bold Fighter and Close Guard. And on top of that, hooray, he's got 45 in HP, 41 in attack, speed of 23, defense of 36, and 29 in his res stat. So, again, quick maths, that's 174 BST. It's not 180, but it's still pretty high. So, you know, I mean, for what that's worth, Ephraim is a really cool character. He is, I think, the mostly armored one in this in this banner. And I just, you know, I think Ephraim's a cool character in general. So, yeah, I'm generally a fan regardless. I think overall, Banes and Boons, just speed for this whole banner. You don't want speed for this entire banner. I don't think it's necessary. They come with the right skills, so speed is just the thing that you're not going to want. Defense and res is pretty respectable, I think, for Ephraim. HP is 45. They're all kind of in the mid 40s. Spoiler. But Ephraim looks good. He's more of a solo unit, which, you know, looking at like Armor Emblem type teams and things like that, they usually like to stick close together and charge each other's buffs, right? But Ephraim doesn't really operate in that sense. He likes to be on his own. So for that, I feel like he might work decently well on some mixed teams. But, you know, you may want to rework him if you're going to put him on an Armor Emblem team, because, again, typically they like to stick together and get those buffs from being next to other armored units. And he's not going to make use of his weapon or his solo skill if that is the case. So just something to think about if you're going to run Ephraim or try and get Ephraim. Oh man, this cold is taking a toll on my lung capacity, man. All right, let's take a look at who I think is my favorite unit from the banner, not counting the freebie, because Cecilia is definitely my favorite unit. Eirika. Eirika, if you recall, had an interesting skill set. She's got that Joyous Lantern, so at the start of the turn grants defense res +5 to ally with the highest attack for 1 turn. She's also got Dazzling Staff, which is nice, and then Attack Opening, which is a new skill at the start of turn, grants attack +6 to ally with the highest attack for 1 turn. So she's able to give attack, defense, and res buffs of 6 and 5 respectively to the highest attacking unit on your team, as well as being, you know, a healer. She's our first armored staff unit, even though she doesn't really look armored. She has the HP of 42, attack of 36, speed of 23, defense of 30, res of 34, and she is, we're dipping, right? So we started at 180 base, and now we're into 165, which isn't bad. It's still pretty good, but it's not 180. But that's okay. I mean, she's supposed to be a support unit anyway, and that's the way you gotta think about her. I kind of want to try and get Eirika just because she's unique. It's got that shiny newness to it, right? The armored staff unit, and so that's enough for me to be like, okay, I kind of want to get her. I don't really know that there's, you know, again, there's not really a good Bane or Boon. Speed is probably what you want your Bane in. Attack may not really matter all that much. With her weapon, you know, she's sitting at 48, 48. So that's still pretty respected, but you definitely want her to stick around, right? Because she's going to give buffs to the other units that are there, you know, specifically with the highest attack. So you want to keep Eirika around. She's there to keep your other units healthy, and she's there to give buffs. So I think she could be really interesting. The only thing is, again, that C slot is typically what you want to run buffs with, and that's going to, instead of benefiting the entire team with, you know, like a ward skill or something like that, a hone skill or whatever, it's only going to benefit the unit with the highest attack. So that might be something to kind of think about. Her weapon, there's definitely no drawback to her weapon. But yeah, so that's Eirika. Super cute and very unique. Very, very helpful, different, and unique. And then our final unit, which I don't have a skills thing for, because, it doesn't exist yet. But we do have the stats and the imagery. IS actually released her graphics early. We got to see that fairly early on, which is interesting. And if you note down there, the fabulous Jeremy Lee is who's doing the voice for Cecilia, which I'm a huge fan of. I love Miss Lee and all of her work. She's done a lot of iconic characters over the years, man. Talk about a voice actor with a rap sheet, man. Holy cow. Ooh, we got some new stuff. All right, so let me skim real quick and make sure we're not missing anything. Anything important? Are we missing anything important? No, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, alright. So nothing about tickets or anything like that. So verdict is still out on that, but maybe we'll get something cool here. So we have Miss Cecilia here. She doesn't come with anything new, I don't think. Any new skills? No. The only new skills listed are that from the 3 on the banner. So she's not going to come with any new skills that we're aware of. Let me see if I can find her weapon, which I think is the most fantastic thing ever. It is confirmed. She is an armored dagger unit, and she's throwing a boot, which is so good. I know some of you guys in the comments were like, can we get like a snowman themed unit that like chucks snowballs or something like that for a dagger unit? But the boot is interesting. So let me just cover the goody boot is what it's called. So goody boot plus. During combat, boosts units' defense res by number of allies within 2 spaces times 2. Maximum bonus of +6 to each stat. After combat, if unit attacked, inflicts defense res -7 on target and foes within 2 spaces of target through their next actions. So it's very similar to what's her name? Fae. It's very similar to Fae's Glittering Breath, right? Which is nice. It's very nice. It's a good unit. It's a good skill. We're getting it for free, which is awesome. So you can't be mad about that, man. You cannot be mad about that. No other new skills that I can tell from the datamine, but we do have her stats, and her stats are HP of 41, attack of 35, speed of 23, defense of 30, and res of 36. So she's actually pretty darn close to Eirika, believe it or not. Just a couple stats differentiated. She is going to be a 165 base stat total unit, which again, she's free, so that's awesome. Downside for me, I want to pull on colorless, so that's going to be a bummer. But at least Cecilia is free. She's got a great voice actress, and the art is good, and she's chucking boots at people. So like, what's not to like about that? And she is a free unit, which is amazing. Still no word on the tickets yet, if we're going to see those for the Tempest trials. Again, I don't think we're going to, but I remain hopefully optimistic in that sense, because I very much want them, because I am le poor at the moment. So that's something to consider. The 3 princess quests that we're going to have revolve around Sharina, Fjorm, and Air, which is interesting. The 3 blonde women of Heroes. So give that some thought, I guess. Those are all free-to-play units, so those quests should be relatively easy. I don't think we get any units for completing it. So maybe we'll get tickets. Who knows? I don't know. But normally when the 3 Heroes quest shows up, we usually get one of those units for free in those quests, and those are already free-to-play units. I don't think they'll do that. We are getting some new tactic drills as well, but that's pretty much it. I'm super excited for Cecilia. I think we all lucked out I know that Ephraim and Fae and Eirika all have their favorite fandoms, but Binding Blade it hasn't had a whole lot of representation, and I think we can all be very happy with the Cecilia that we will be getting for free. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. I am going to go pop a Benadryl and pass out because I feel like death. But I hope this has helped you guys decide on whether or not you're going to pull on this banner if you haven't already. Be sure to let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.